Hey guys, it's Bobby Hughes with Hollow Point Defensive Shooters, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to blue. I've got another video already posted for you guys, and it's on polishing the small parts. Show some little tips and tricks in there on the best way to get in the little crevices and prepare all your small parts for bluing. Alright, so all of our small parts are already set up, they're already ready to go. And today what we're going to be using is a product that I love. It's called Arts Belgian Blue. It's a really good product. You can get it on Midway USA, and it works phenomenal for what we're doing. And this is actually, if anybody's wondering, this is the traditional way of cold bluing. Okay? Alright, first things first. I've got the same burner that we use for melting down our lead, our wheel weights. Alright, and I'm using a pot, just a standard pot on the top here. We're heating up this water. I'm going to bring this water to a boil, and we're going to use that to heat our parts. Okay. Now, one piece of advice on this is make sure that you're using distilled water. In my case, I'm using tap water, but I have a well, so I know that my water is not contaminated with the government's chlorine and so on and so forth. All right, so I got good chemical-free water, and that's what you're looking for. Alright, also what you're going to need is you're going to need a little setup somewhere, a clean environment that you can blue on. I'm using just a microfiber towel. Alright, and we're going to need a couple of little bowls. You're going to need some cotton swabs, alright, or cotton balls. You're going to need your bluing agent, and you're also going to need some alcohol, some rubbing alcohol. Alright, and I'll show you guys what that's for in a little bit. You're going to need your double-aught steel wool. Alright, or 4-aught steel wool, and some kind of oil or lubricant. I use Barricade by Birchwood Casey. It's the best stuff I've found so far. Alright, and then also what you're going to need to do to prep all your stuff, we've already polished everything up. Alright, so that one's ready to be blued. I use a coat hanger, and I just make little hooks so that I can just hang it right over into the water and then let it hang on the side of the pot and heat it up. It's easy for me to fish it out, and that's the way we're going to go with that. Alright, something else you might want to look at getting. I use a little tea bag ball. Alright, it's a little screen. What I do is I can put all my small parts in here. Alright, let me see if I can get this thing opened up with one hand here. Open it up, and I can put all my little small parts in there, and I've just got them sitting in here right now. I'm just going to do one at a time. But you can drop your small parts in there and then hang this right off the side of the pot into the water, and it'll heat that up just the same. Okay? So that works really good. You can pick one of these up at Walmart for a couple bucks. Alright? Something else I use little condiment bowls, and it holds my little stuff in there. A couple of those we're going to be bluing. You can see I've got pretty much everything set up like that. Alright, and what I'll do for our bigger piece here is I will just put a coat hanger through this hole and hang it in the pot, let it get hot. Alright, and then when I pull it out, I've taken a piece of wood here, and when we get ready to blue, what we'll do is just shove this piece of wood, wedge it right up in here. Alright, just like that, and then that way I can hold it like that and blue it all and wipe it down and steel wool it and all that good stuff with this piece of wood, using that as a handle. Okay, and it's alright because we're not actually bluing any of the internal parts on here. Alright, so that's basically what you're going to need to go ahead and get started with the cold bluing process. So once my water heats up, I'll bring you guys back on and get you up to speed. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is, first thing is we're going to degrease our parts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and lay all of our stuff out here that we're going to have to degrease, and we're going to go ahead and degrease it. Alright, I'm just going to show you guys the process for degreasing these small parts. Trying to make sure I got everything out here that we're going to be bluing. way knock it all out at one time. Pretty sure that's it. All right, you're gonna want some gloves. I use just a thick vinyl glove. All right, actually like a glove that you clean the house with. You don't want these chemicals on your hands. All right, the Belgian blue especially, rubbing alcohol. If your fingers are cracked up and dry like mine are, it's gonna burn like hell. So I use it for that as well. We're gonna start with our alcohol. All right, this is just 91%. Basically rubbing alcohol, same stuff you use for cleaning wounds up or anything like that. It works awesome as a degreaser. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pour that in one of our bowls, and a couple of cotton swabs out here. All right, now all you're gonna do is just dunk your cotton swab in the alcohol. All right. And start degreasing. All right, just going to take your cotton swab and try to get it all over it. And the cool thing about cotton, about using alcohol, is that it'll dry really quick. Alright, our first piece should be hot enough now. So what you're going to need is a cotton towel or a microfiber towel. Alright, you're going to want to dry it off. Get it out of the heat. Go ahead and dry it off. Woo. Get as much of the moisture off of it as you can. Alright, and then we're going to go right into bluing it. Alright, so what you're going to do is take your swab, dip it in your blue, in this case the Arts Belgian blue. Alright, and then just apply it right to the metal in smooth, even strokes. Alright, as you repeat the steps, what you're going to do is you'll blue it, and then you'll put it back in the water, and then once the metal heats back up again, after you've blued it the first time and put it back in the water, then you will pull it out while it's hot, use a little bit of 4/0 steel wool, damp, and make sure it's damp. And you're just going to card off the rust that would have built up while you were bulling it. Alright, dry it off with a cotton towel. Alright, and then repeat the steps. Alright, until you get the desired color that you want. Normally you have to do about, well, depending on how dark you want it. I'm doing this one, I'm doing 5 coats. Alright, so this is the 5th coat on this one. So it'll get its last coat right now. And then another thing too, there's nothing that says you can only do 3 or 4 or 5 coats. What I'll do is I will put this coat on this one, and I've already got my hammer finished. And so what you'll do is go ahead and finish this one up, which would be the 5th coat, just like on the hammer, and put it back in there. And then when you pull it out and card it off, if it's not as dark as the hammer is, then obviously you'll throw another coat on there. Kind of a slow process, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, now that you guys have kind of seen the process, just remember the process goes: you degrease your parts, alright, hang them in your boiling water, let the metal heat up, alright, and then once the metal heats up, you pull it out, you put your first coat of bluing, you dry it off with a towel and put your first coat of bluing on it. Once you get your first coat of bluing on there, let it dry, all right? Stick it back in the water, let it heat back up. When you pull it out, you're gonna take some damp 4/0 steel wool and card off the rust, all right? And then apply the second coat. And then repeat the process as many times as you want until you get your desired color. All right, once you get your desired color, then you're gonna pull the part out, dry it off, card it again, dry it off again, and then oil it up with some water-soluble lube. All right, like I said, I use the blaster stuff from Birchwood Casey. But basically, that's the process. When I get done, I will bring you guys back on and show you the end product. I'm going to show you guys a little trick real quick on another way to heat up your parts and blue them. I actually started on this, but it's so small, these little small parts that are real thin, they don't hold the heat very well. So you pull them out of the water, and by the time you get them carded and dried off, they're already cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat it up with a hairdryer, and then while it's good and hot, we'll take and use the swab with the arch Belgian on it, and we'll go that route. Alright guys, so I'm all wrapped up on the bluing. I got all my small parts done now. And I got a contrast for you here. This is unblued. Alright, remember I said I might leave the trigger polished and not blued. So that's polished. Alright, and then this is the blue. Alright, so turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. Everything's nice and even, and I like that it's really dark. Like I said, I put a lot of coats on this. I probably put I'd say 6 coats, and so but that's what I was going for. Now if you're not going for as dark, then you'll probably want to go with 3 or 4 coats, but I'm going for the old look, so I wanted to go with something really dark. Originally, this rifle was what they call browned, and so you can do the same thing with slow rust bluing, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go with something a little bit nicer. The stock turned out really nice, so I wanted to go with something that I could make look nice. You lose a lot of value in a firearm. Well, not in this case really, but most of the time you lose value in a firearm when you work with the metal or refinish the metal. But in this case, the rifle was in such bad shape that can't do nothing but go up from here. But it's not going to look 100% original, but it's going to be one damn good looking gun when I get done with it. So anyway guys, that's the process on cold bluing small parts. So I hope you guys got something out of it. It's very tedious work. It definitely takes a lot of patience, a lot of attention to detail. But when you get done, you can't beat the look of it. There's just nothing that beats it. You can go with the Birchwood Casey Perma Blue. There's videos for that on YouTube. I don't have any because I don't particularly like it. Maybe if it was just a cheap shotgun or something like that. But anything collectible or really nice treasured item, go with the slow bluing process. It takes some time, it takes some patience, but the aftermath, the results that you get from it are by far the best. All right, so hope you guys got something out of the video. Leave your comments below. Click that like button. Just lets us know that you care. And if you've got any requests for videos or any questions about slow bluing, like I said, leave the comments. All right, as always, you guys have a wonderful day. Get out there, shoot some guns, be safe, and most importantly, have fun.